I call the iPhone 5 an irresponsible approach or irresponsible design. The only reason that I like the iPhone 5 is the 720p front-facing FaceTime cameras, the 1.2 megapixel. That's the only reason that I like the 5. I'm going to give you my reasons why I don't like it. Well, I like it of course, but I don't like it very much. First of all, of course that the 5 has larger screen. It has a larger screen. The screen is longer. But the thing is, when we trace back in the histories when Steve Jobs said we would never make, many different sizes of the screen because it's difficult for developer. Let's say I want to make an app and then I have to adjust the size of the screen for my app to fit several sizes of a single device or from one brand like iPhone, iPad, and we will see the iPad mini very soon. And the thing that I hate about the longer screen is, as Phil Schiller said on the stage, he said, well, let's say the app hasn't been updated to fit the 4-inch screen of the iPhone 5. Therefore, the iPhone 5 will not stretch the app to fit the screen. So you can't get the most out of the screen if the app hasn't been modified to fit the new screen. Then you would get the black bars around the edges. You would get the black bars around the edges. It's a waste of the screen size, and also when you take pictures, the picture will not be full screen. I call this irresponsible because, well, before we change the screen size, we have to think that if those developers who've been supporting us are ready or not to move on to the next screen size, and the new Lightning smaller dock, the 8-pin Lightning smaller dock. In the meantime, it doesn't support video out. Therefore, you need AirPlay. Therefore, you have to buy the Apple TV. Of course, that Apple will make an adapter called Lightning to VGA or Lightning to HDMI very soon, but not at the moment. But the thing that I really hate, the adapter, it looks ugly. It doesn't look pretty. And also, if you're an existing owner of a numbers of docking station with built-in speakers like Bose, JBL, I know that, well, you can buy that $29 adapter, but of course you don't like it very much because sometimes with some dock, with the adapters, it makes the phone even taller. So the phone can't really sit properly. So it might fall down to the floors and you break the screen, whatever. It was very disappointing to know that the 5 has only 8 megapixel camera. 8 megapixel camera. And it was really fun to know that sometimes that even very famous website, they can be wrong. Before the release of the 5, many website claims that they knew that the 5 would come out with 12 megapixel camera, but now we got 8. Even though Apple claims better performance in low light, but who cares? We need more pixel density. I think Apple made any of these changes not because of consumer, but to compete with others companies. Let me share with you my personal opinion as a friend. If someone asks me or if I was a part of that designer team for the iPhone 5, I would make the iPhone 5 still 3.5 inch screen. I'll make it 3.5 inch but lighter, and sometimes thinner is great, but you have to know about ergonomic design. Sometimes lighter should be enough, because something that's too thin, you can't hold it properly. That's the reason why Apple made this strap for the iPod Touch 5th generation, because when you take pictures, there's a high tendency that you will drop that. For some reason you can't grasp it properly. So I would make the iPhone 5 3.5 inch but lighter, slightly thinner, 12 megapixel camera. I'll try to develop offline voice dictate, and I'll aim at the, well, nowadays it's not about the hardware performance. For me, I think it's all about the software inside. The software that consumers can really use and take advantage of that. So they remove the street views, but who care about the flyover? We can't take advantage of the flyovers sometimes because it's just something that you can show off to your friend. But if you want to compare the iPhone 5 with the Samsung Galaxy S3, you should buy the iPhone 5. As the new ad said, don't settle with cheap plastic. Samsung Galaxy S3 is a cheap plastic, has been made by a shameless copycat company. Well, that size is huge, you can't operate with one hand, and the maximum storage is 32 gigs. Even though it allows you to, put some more using a micro SD card up to 64, but well, of course you knew that external drive and internal drive are different. It's a cheap plastic from a copycat. In terms of hardware, Apple is better in every ways except 2 gigs of RAM, but who gives a shit? And we won the patent case, the patent infringement case over Samsung. If you buy a new Samsung phone today, you're making a huge mistake, because in the very near future, Samsung must remove many features, including pinch to zoom features, from its operating system, because the judge and those juries declares that Samsung has lost the patent case against Apple. So it's a fact. So in terms of the hardware, for every aspect for the iPhone 5 versus Samsung, including the operating system, including the safety for user and responsible for user, Apple is better than Samsung's in every ways. I think that you decided to watch this video because you might want to make final decision whether you should. Well, you don't have to be hurry, because the iPhone 5 is very old phones, right? If you wait another 2 years and when you look back, well, at that time you might get iPhone 7, iPhone 10, iPhone 8. I have categorized my viewers to 3 categories. First, you already have the iPhone 4S. You have the iPhone 4S and probably you're wondering, well, Mark, should I upgrade to the iPhone 5? Because at the store, lots of people ask me this question over and over again. I said you should wait and you see the result, the feedback. Okay, you don't use your money in your wallet as a guinea pig, because, well, you have to wait till people buy it and they use it for a while. And you wait to see the feedback about the heat, the battery life, temperatures, the screen qualities and everything, graphic performance and everything. You make the final decision because now you got the 4S. Apple claims 2 times faster for the processor and for the graphic speed. Who cares a shit if you play only Angry Birds? That's the point. Still 8 megapixel cameras, even though Apple claims better quality image, it load like performance, but still 8 megapixel. Let me share with you my stories and it doesn't mean I'm trying to confess something because I didn't kill anybody. You know what? Well, around like 3 months, it's been 3 months now that I've been trying to stop myself from buying a phone from Nokia. That model is called Nokia N8. And there are 2 reasons that I wanted to buy, actually 3. The first reason was Nokia is not our competitors, it's not our rival, it's not our copycat. It used Windows operating system. And now Microsoft became our partner, okay? Our ally, our partner. And secondly, Nokia N8 has 12 megapixel camera. The price, I don't care about in your country, but in Thailand, the price of the Nokia N8 is extremely cheap. It's less than half of the iPhone 5 for the price. And the thing that I like about this model is the primary antenna is located at the bottoms of the Nokia N8. Therefore, it won't destroy my brains gradually. But I didn't buy that, of course. I just wanted to buy, but I didn't buy it. And I won't buy it, but I kind of think like, well, why didn't Apple put 12 megapixel or 14 megapixel cameras? Or probably they wanted to, well, due to marketing strategy or business, approach that, well, they might want to release better cameras, resolutions in the iPhone 6 or 7. That might be the case. So if you're an existing iPhone 4S owner, for me personally, you don't have to upgrade to the iPhone 5. You wait till many apps on the market, the apps that you use adapt themselves to fit the longer screen. What about if you are new customers, you got nothing for now? You know what? I got a crazy idea that you shouldn't buy the iPhone 5. You should buy the iPod Touch 5. For in-screen, support Siri, 5 megapixel rear facing camera with flash, same front facing camera for FaceTime, 1.2 720p, same processor files in the iPad 2, and also the iPhone 4S, F5 chip. So you might think, Mark, are you fucking nuts? Because it's not a phone. Who gives a shit? Let's say you work in an office like 10 hours a day, you go home, you got Wi-Fi in your office, you got Wi-Fi everywhere. So why you need that shit? You don't need 3G, you don't need 4G, right? And then you can save some money. Probably want to buy the MacBook Air, the MacBooks, the new iMac, whatever. So for me, you don't have to complain about this review, because if you want to know all the specification, you can go to many websites. Especially the best place to go is the Apple site. You go to the iPhone 5 and you go to Tech Spec. But if you want to hear someone, sincerely hear someone, and someone that's honest and know what he's talking about, which is me, I think today you got some new idea whether you should go for that or skip that. Thanks for your times. Sorry about the mess, sorry about the location and the quality of the video, because I have lost my house. I got a big house, but now today in Thailand, the flood is coming back, and I still live in a cheap apartment that they call a flood refugee camp. So here's my Mac Mini, but I don't have the screen now because for some reason that I don't have a really good place to settle all my equipment and things. I got the iPad. Oh, I got stuff in the living hell. Thanks for watching.